Adina here with your April 2019 market update. We had a slower start to the year, January, February. March sales were statistically, they were the lowest sales that we've had in the last 3 decades. And to be truthful, it wasn't necessarily in line with what we were seeing on the ground, because we actually started seeing more traction happening with our clients. And I want to show you guys exactly what's happening in some of the different sub-market types. March sales were down. They were down 46% below the 10-year sales average for the month, and they were down 31% relative to last year. On average for Metro Vancouver, they were down about 16% relative to February. However, this isn't consistent across all the different neighborhoods and subcategories we've been seeing. For example, just a few I picked out. The downtown market for condos, condo sales were actually up 32% relative to February. On the west side, detached sales were up 45% relative to February, and condos and townhomes were up 24% relative to February. In North Vancouver, detached sales were actually almost double in March than what we saw in February, so they were up 89%, and condo sales were up 14% relative to the previous month. So these are just a few submarkets I picked out that don't seem to align with the overall trend that we've been seeing. Of course, these are balanced off by other markets like West Vancouver, which are down significantly. The point I'm trying to make here is that you gotta make sure that you're paying attention to what's happening in the sub-market that you're looking to buy or sell in, because they're all behaving very differently. Overall, listings were up 52% relative to March 2018, and they were up 10% relative to February. What this number doesn't reflect though is a difference across the market types. And when we break that down, we'll see that in the detached segment, inventory is actually only up about 7% relative to March of last year, whereas condos and townhomes, inventory is almost double what it was last year. For condos, specifically in Metro Vancouver, total inventory is up 111% relative to last year, so more than double what we had on the market. The average days on market to sell a condo this time last year was about 18 days. Now that's gone from 18 days to 37 days. Inventory of townhomes is up 82% relative to last year, and the average days on market have gone from 23 days on market to 39 days on market. So about a 70% increase. Circling back to the detached segment, which only went up about 7% in terms of inventory, we see that the average days on market went from 40 days to 46 days. Overall, the detached segment is the softest, but it's also been the most steady over the last year, whereas the condo and townhome markets are stronger, but we've seen the biggest differences over this last year. So the main point I want to make in this video, and what I want you to walk away with, is that there's very different inventory levels and sales activity happening across the different market types and the different price categories. So pay attention to what's actually going on. Don't just read the news, take that 1% they're quoting about the market as a whole and apply it across all neighborhoods and product types, because it's not going to be true and it's going to lead you astray. Get the facts on what's being listed, what the sales activity is, what the buyer activity is and behavior is in terms of conditions and negotiating style, and put yourself in a position where you can take advantage of this market. If you're savvy and you get your facts right, it's a great time to be getting into the market and moving up. For the most part, we've started seeing that April has been very busy in terms of new listings coming on the market, and also in terms of buyers starting to get back out there. With the sun out, people are more excited to go out and look at properties. We expect it to be a very busy April and May. If you have any questions, get in touch. Otherwise, I will see you guys in May.